Sweets enthusiasts attend the World Pâtissier tournament, and there are rumors that he will be the one to be crowned as the greatest pâtissier that ever existed. He creates a beautiful candy sculpture, then he hears the announcement that all the contestants should bring their work to be judged. With the help of one of his colleagues, they carried the huge candy sculpture, and it was very heavy, that it leaned then fell on his head. In his final moment while bleeding, he can't believe he is dying before achieving his dreams. He refuses to accept it, and concludes that God is wicked. Then he hears God's voice, presenting him a second chance, as he will be reincarnated with name Pastry Mill Mortal. He reincarnates into another life as a child to Casserole Mortal and Agnes Mortal. The young couples moved to live in a rural and empty fief. It was so empty that it can't even produce wheat. But with the help of the other people that was already living there, they begin to cultivate the lands and they try to grow wheat. And after 20 years of hard work, they eventually succeed in growing wheat, and they are expanded to become a fief of 3 villages of about 40 people each. When Pastry is 9, his father made him train swordsmanship with him, but he keeps getting distracted as he trains, because he is always thinking about sweets. Pastry states that he has 5 elder sisters and a good family. Together they treat him with joy and happiness. His only problem is that he can't produce sweets, as the land around only grow wheat and barley. The head retainer Fai come in to say hi, then he casserole that he has good news and bad news. Good news are that their beans cultivation is growing so well, and they will have a very good harvest this year. He thanks Pastry for that good results, as it's his advice that made resulted in this year's rich harvest. They look at Pastry asking him how he knows all those things, but he tells them that he is only just daydreaming. They comment that his daydreams are always right. Casserole asks about the bad news, and Fai tells him that the bandits that attacked the county of Reedies weren't defeated, and some of them escaped and are on their way to them, which will trample and destroy their entire fields, and they will steal their harvest too. Pastry is concerned as he sees his dream of creating sweets land is threatened. Fai tells them that the bandits are about 50, and they will arrive in about 2 months. Casserole starts looking for a solution. He goes to the canal and suggests that they lay an ambush for the bandits before they arrive, and they will also try to get reinforcement from the kingdom. But the problem is that if they defeated bandits that the county couldn't defeat, his reputation would go to the ground, and they will never receive any reinforcement from the kingdom in the future. Fai looks at Pastry. He sees that the boy is deep in thought. He tells Casserole that he will bet on the smart boy, as he thinks that he will be good at magic like his father. Casserole sees it could be a way out, so he accepts to have Pastry through the sanctification ceremony. He gets home and tells Agnes and his daughter Josephine that he is scheduling Pastry's sanctification ceremony after 3 days. Agnes refuses at first, as it is naturally held for kids between the age of 13 to 15, but her husband convinces her that it is for the best. After Agnes agrees, she and Josephine had to dress Pastry very good, as he will represent the family. The problem with them is that they prefer him in feminine clothes. The day of his sanctification ceremony comes. He goes to a field with his father, and before he leaves, the other kids at the village come to bid him goodbye. Casserole activates a fancy teleport skill, and they disappear. They go to the kingdom of Bovaldia. There they go to the marketplace, and Pastry is amazed as he sees several candies and sweet items. His eyes catch something he couldn't have expected to exist. He sees apples, and he is so excited to use them in sweets. His father tells him they are called bonkas, and they are very rare in their city. Pastry tells his father that they should buy some on their way home, so that they can grow it in their city. Casserole is so excited, as he dreams of Pastry making the land of Mortal a big wealthy city with a strong army. On the other hand, Pastry dreams that he will make his land of sweets. They arrive at the church for his sanctification. Casserole tells the priest about it, but the priest feels Pastry is too young for this. Back at home, Josephine asks Fai about the sanctification ceremony. He tells her that it is a process, where they find out the magic capacity within the body. They will lock the child in a dark, empty room, then they wait. Because magic only appears when someone is without help, and this is the only way known to draw out magic. Back to the ceremony, and after lock pastry for a day and a half, Casserole is worried about his son, as he is taking so long. The priest says that they have to wait until the process ends, and it's a good sign that Pastry could endure that much time. Inside the cell, Pastry is only thinking about sweets, and he sees strange visions around him. Suddenly, his father calls to wake him up after 2 days. The priest tells Pastry that he has to seal the process with the scripture. The priest reads out the scripture, and Pastry sees himself entering a trance, and the priest along his father see the magic subsiding in his body, which made him glow brightly. The priest admits that Pastry has acquired a unique power that is unheard of in this day and age. Casserole gives the priest some coins and thanks him as they leave. They go to the market, where they buy apples. Then the merchant sees Pastry's enthusiasm, and decides to give them extra too as a gift. They sit to eat it, and Pastry tells his father that they shouldn't tell his mother and Josephine that they ate the best of the apples. On the other hand, the priest checks the coins, and doesn't like how much Casserole gave him, as it's not enough for him to keep his mouth shut, and he will reveal what Casserole had come to the church to do. And that's the end of the video. Please tell me your opinion, and like the video. Take care, and stay tuned for the next episode.